Hi, I'm Ron, and this is my damn show. Let's get into it.
Friends with Elon Musk.
He actually helped Epstein be prosecuted. He was the only person who was involved. Kicked him out of the Epstein. You know all this. Like, it's just a very.
Have you heard of Alexander Acosta, the Florida district attorney who was?
Like your little.
Have you
like,
heard of Alexander Acosta? You know who that is?
You're like, oh, I got it. Look at me. Like, I'm the guy from Third Eye.
Do you know who Alexander Acosta is?
No,
you were duped to cover up sexual abuse of
Donald
children.
Trump was
you were
kicked him
duped.
out of his.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're checking out Adam Mockler on Piers Morgan's panel, going head to head with Jack Posobiec, the MAGA influencer, as they dive into the Epstein files. And honestly, this is one of those moments where you can clearly see just how far some MAGA fans will go to shamelessly defend their side, no matter how strong the evidence right in front of them is. Make sure to watch until the end and comment down below where you're watching from. It's always awesome seeing people from all over the world coming together here. And please, help us reach 1,000 subscribers by hitting that like button and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. All right, let's get into the video.
And look, it's perfectly possible, indeed it looks increasingly likely, that Epstein did indeed just commit suicide. What is not perfectly possible, to my cynical eye about this, is that he was the only person, other than Ghislaine Maxwell, who's been imprisoned, who was ever up to criminal activity on his island and other places. It just stretches credulity. But nobody, it seems, is ever going to be held accountable other than him, who evaded accountability by dying, killing himself, or Ghislaine Maxwell, a woman. So none of these other men who were linked to this are ever going to be even remotely held accountable. It's just disappeared.
Yeah. Well, what I would say, Piers, first of all, when Haba did your show, where did she get that information from? Where did that come from back in February? I would also say to Pam Bondi, she lied on Fox News, or maybe she was telling the truth. She said she had a list that was on her desk, Piers. Where did that list go? Was she lying? Was that made up? And I'd also say, thirdly, and I know this is something that Jack probably doesn't want to bring up, but the fact of the matter is that Jeffrey Epstein's on audio saying at one point Donald Trump was his best friend. We also know that Donald Trump was on the Epstein flight log 7 times. We learned that in the Maxwell case. So I don't think it's a stretch to say maybe Donald Trump might be somewhere in these files. Maybe. We don't know that for sure. But I know if it was the other way around, and if it was Joe Biden that was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein at one point, that's all Jack and MAGA Republicans would be talking about. I think Donald Trump is on this list, and I think Donald Trump is in these files, and I think the Trump administration is hiding something.
Of Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump was the only one who went to investigators and said, I will
Piers,
work
do you know
with
who
you
Alexander
against
Acosta
Epstein.
is?
This has been litigated a million times.
Can I just add something here?
It's been litigated a million
First of all,
times.
Can I just...
well,
can I
Brian, I'll
just-
come to you, but Adam, just explain what you're talking about.
Yeah, really quickly, Alexander Acosta was a Florida district attorney. You can look this up. He knew both Trump and Epstein. He was appointed as a Secretary of Labor under Trump and had to resign in 2017 because people found out that he mishandled the Epstein case in 2007 and let Epstein get an illegal plea deal. Epstein was then able to go re-offend, and Trump appointed him in 2017. So I don't want to hear the dude that was brought to the White House to cover up sexual abuse saying that there was, I don't, like, what are you trying to say here? Yeah.
You gotta wipe your face. Can you just wipe that little thing off your face there a little bit? You got a little,
right, hold on a
mud
second.
on your face.
So you have no points.
Hold on a second.
No
Can I
points,
just-
huh?
Can I add something?
You got a little
First
mud
of
on your
all,
face
I
there.
hear the MAGA bullshit detector going off every single time Jack opens his mouth. First of all, people like Jack were the people who called Joe Biden a pedophile for sniffing hair, but yet we have Jeffrey Epstein on tape calling Donald Trump his best friend. They were hanging out together constantly. I've spoken to Jeffrey Epstein's brother
Do you want me
many
to go through
times.
the list
They were
of all
very
the
close.
Democrats
I'm
he was
not done
friends
yet,
with?
Jack.
Piers, like,
Jack,
we can
Jack,
go through all
Jack,
this again, but Piers,
Jack,
I know you've done
Jack,
this
I'm not done yet. I didn't interrupt you.
You've
Jack,
been a real reporter
Jack,
on this. These guys just want to play
Jack,
politics. I'm trying to be
Jack,
serious here.
Jack,
Dude, you were at the White
Jack,
House
I'm
with
a talk
Epstein
show
files
host.
in your hand.
Yeah, just talked about it.
Right, exactly, Jack. Jack, just you want to defend Donald Trump and wear the Donald Trump knee pads 24/7, but when it comes to a Democrat, they're all pedophiles. But if Donald Trump is actually hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and
So do you
Epstein
have like
calls
any
him
evidence
his
of
best
this? Like,
friend,
do you have like a source on that, bro?
No,
Give me,
because
like,
the
any
Pam Bondi
actual
won't
evidence.
release the
So you wanna-
sources.
actually, yeah, I do. The Maxwell trial, where it was
let's hear it.
learned that
Please,
he
show
was
us.
on the Epstein flight. Why don't you listen? It was in the trial, in the Maxwell trial, that he was on the flight log 7 times. We have Jeffrey Epstein on
Bill Clinton was on
audio
there 26
calling
times.
him his best friend. So here's my question to Jack. Jack,
And how many times did Bill
Jeffrey
Clinton go to
Epstein
the
was on
islands?
audio.
And how many times did Jeffrey Epstein say that
first of all,
he was one of the
that's
founding
called
members of the
whataboutism.
Clinton Institute?
I don't defend
Clinton Global
Jack.
Initiative.
Jack, if Jeffrey Epstein was on audio saying that Joe Biden was his best friend, that wouldn't concern you at all?
Man, these are
all
like
you do is
2016
deflect and you talk
points.
about other
like,
people.
Do you guys have anything new? Do you?
I mean, my line about the Epstein.
Files. I certainly agree with what you're saying, Pierce, and your point there. But the point that I'm trying to make is there has to be a reason why they're not releasing the files. Why are they being so mum? Why is the list just magically disappeared? And I think one can come to a very logical conclusion, unless you're Jack and you defend Donald Trump 24/7, that maybe there might be something to do with the fact that Trump might be in these files and there might be some wrongdoing there, considering the fact that they were at one point best friends.
Well, they certainly.
I actually think this one is probably a few months old, but still a good one. Adam Mockler and the other left-wing guy, I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, they made great points. And once again, they actually told the truth. The actual facts. Posobiec is scum. He's human scum. He knows better than what he said. It's all about money. He's grifting. Or he's just evil. But my guess is he's grifting. And he's a bit evil. To be a right-wing talking head, you have to be stupid or evil. Or a combination of both. If you know better what you're doing, you know what you're saying is bullcrap. You're either stupid or evil. If you know it, you're evil. If you don't know it, you're stupid. He knows what he's doing. A right-wing talking head, when you see these guys on these shows and they bag Donald Trump and the right no matter what, even when it should be obvious why Donald Trump is going out of his way to block these Epstein files. He's making the right wing, the Republicans, who are, before the election, the last 8 years, been all crazy about showing us the Epstein files. Because they thought Bill Clinton and a bunch of left-wingers were in it. They never thought that Donald Trump's best buddy, which Epstein said several times, would be in it. I don't know how you could not think that. I guess when you're brainwashed in a cult, those things just go in one ear and out the other ear. But it's obvious to anyone reasonably thinking why Trump is blocking these. And Posobiec knows that. These people are ridiculous. Anyway, I want to remind you, and you should remind everyone else, don't forget. Don't let them make you forget about the Epstein files, because the right wants you to forget about them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a good one.